Hey there, you're watching Tony and Chelsea live, and this should be an interesting show because we don't have Justin this week. We have Siobhan to help us out with the comments, but we're going to be running everything else ourselves. I don't know how that works, but either way, I should probably tell you that this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for you and your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. So try Squarespace at squarespace.com/Tony, and if you use the coupon code Portfolio, you can get 10% off. That gets you 10% off and lets Squarespace know that we're doing an all right job. And also you can get 14 days for free, no credit card needed if you just want to try it out.
Yeah, everything's going great. Thank you, Squarespace. Squarespace.com/Tony, and get a 14-day free trial. Use the coupon code Portfolio. We'll take a look at a couple of portfolios today. You can go to stp.io/link to send in your portfolio, and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah. Today, do you want to talk to us? Sure you do. Sure you do. You can go to hashtag TC Live, and you can use that on Instagram or Twitter, and Siobhan will probably look there to try to relay your message to us. You can also just comment in the chat. If you're watching live, Siobhan's going to look through those. She's going to tell us what you're talking about, if it's relevant, sometimes even if it's not relevant. So we have that going for us. What else, Tony? How are you?
Frantically trying to be both me and Justin today.
It's a hard challenge that you're taking on.
Today we're looking at your best shot from 2016. You can start submitting your pictures now, but we changed the password, didn't we? What is the new password?
You're going to have to ask Siobhan.
The new password is show off.
Show off.
Show off. Okay.
It's okay. Take a deep breath.
Go to stp.io/submit, send in your picture, use the password, show off.
Take a big drink.
Next week? Are we back next week, or is it in 2 weeks?
I don't know. But you know what the topic's going to be? Slice of life.
Okay.
All right, what does that mean, Chelsea? It just means I want to see a picture where you actually get a feeling for the environment. It's just a picture of a part of life that maybe we've all experienced, and it just so wholly tells that story. It could be street photography. It could be a picture of your family during an event. But I wanted to actually tell a story, not just a portrait, not just a posy picture in front of a monument, none of that garbage. Show me the real world. Show me what people are actually doing in their everyday lives and make it artistic. Make it photogenic.
Chelsea, what would you call your best picture of 2016? This is what I'm picking. I'm going for this. I wasn't really sure. I actually had a lot of pictures that I liked this year, but ultimately I went for this lighthouse one with the moon rising behind it.
That was a popular one for you, but you know what was even more popular for you?
What's that?
The plain old full moon picture.
The what?
A picture
the plain
of
old full moon?
The moon.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds boring.
I know. People really liked it.
What did you think was your best picture this year?
I don't know.
You haven't thought about this, huh?
I have thought about it. It's really hard, and I'm going to pressure our viewers in that way, but I don't have to do that because
You just think you're above
Madeline
it,
is
huh?
fun.
Fine. Okay.
Actually, my favorite pictures of 2016, I don't think anyone else would appreciate.
Yeah, I think it's often that way, but that's okay. You still get to pick one. You want to take a look at some readers' pictures, and then we'll go back and we'll do chit-chat and some other things?
Sure. Did you actually go through your pictures of 2016?
Not all of them.
I went through a bunch, and it made me realize that I wanted to take pictures of things that I didn't realize I wanted to take pictures of. Do you know what I mean by that?
No, I don't know what you mean.
So I had set this goal for myself that that I would do more in-studio kind of fashion-y type pictures, and I've set up a few photo shoots and things like that. And then going through pictures, my favorite pictures were ones of Cuba and street photography and just moments where I felt like I had a genuine connection with the environment. Maybe not pictures that would be the most alluring to our audience, but definitely pictures that made me love the craft more and like life more.
Yeah, I think travel photography is definitely my favorite genre of photography, but the challenge with it is like travel's not that easy. You can't travel all the time.
I can.
Not
I'll
really.
just go a few towns over today. That's travel. I read this whole article, getting off topic, but I read this whole article. It was like, travel's this new thing where it's very popular to travel, even if you're a miserable traveler, which I think we all just need to acknowledge. Some people do not like to travel. And you should not feel that pressure just because it's very sexy on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, right? It's very trendy right now. So I read this whole article where it was like, we need to stop pretending that travel is affordable for everyone. Like, I get it. Some people act like, hey, just uproot your life and you can go to Italy. But if you really love travel, you'll just go 2 towns over and find something new that you like to look at. Or you'll just drive for a few hours one day and go find something new. Travel's not about finding the sexiest photo op or the most desirable vacation or the most show-offy destination. Travel is about that inexplicable need to just go find something new.
Yeah, some people are like that. I know I always used to just hop in my beater of a car and put whatever cash I had into gas and just head out.
I took a second job for a free trip to Poughkeepsie. You know what I
Sweet.
discovered?
Poughkeepsie's not that exciting.
Apologies, but there ain't shit in Poughkeepsie.
Sorry,
But you know what? I was
Poughkeepsie
very
residents.
happy to go on a trip. But anyway, all right. Let's get in. Let's get into it.
First, I wanted to plug sdp.io/tutorial because I know a lot of people got cameras for Christmas. So if you got a camera, if your friend got a camera, send them here. We have tutorials for like 35 cameras. They're each an hour long. They're indexed so you can jump right to the parts you want. People love them. They watch them multiple times.
Love them.
We also have a series of new tutorials that'll be coming out. We have one for the DJI Phantom that Siobhan's working on now. We also just got in loaners for the D750 from Nikon and the Canon 6D. We'll make tutorials for those because they're older cameras, but we never made them. The Olympus EM1 Mark II we're making a tutorial for, so subscribe to see those new ones. Now we'll look at some pictures. We'll see if I can remember
This
various
person
keyboard shortcuts.
with
Okay.
this picture must have been like, do it already.
Canada Day fireworks. Yeah,
That's
isn't
not
it
a
really
real thing.
beautiful? It looks like it's not a thing.
I'm just teasing.
Sorry, Canada.
That's beautiful.
I just want those blacks to be black,
No,
right?
I don't. I liked that it was matte. Unusual, Tony.
Great picture, creative. It looks like a flower. All right, a night shot of a city. Or they call it Jack's drones. I wonder if it is a drone shot? Could be. Oh, FC350. Yeah, that's some sort of DJI.
What?
Great shot, right? What do you think of it?
I like it. I want to brighten it up a little.
Yeah.
See this histogram? There's not a lot going on over here.
Night shots are always difficult.
make
This
it
one
in-
is distinctly green, though. Maybe we can pull that tint slider towards the purple some and try to balance that a little bit.
Magenta. Don't be afraid, guys.
Yeah, that's tough. I think you might end up having to do a graduated filter between
Sure.
the foreground and the background to get that color balance. Just look how like green those highways are. It's just because the types of bulbs that
Look
they
at
use.
those green highways. Who do they think they are?
Okay, a water drop.
What happened?
Well, I don't know. It's got some kind of weird processing artifact there. I would definitely think there's something cool here, but the colors themselves, just kind of the white and the cream, maybe you could use the colors to make a little more pop or add
Maybe
another
I
element to
just
it.
go really high key and just kind of make it more simple. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. This is me and Siobhan on a typical Tuesday night.
Just doing your witchcraft. This
Just-
seems like a...
Just, you know, this is actually, I like the mood, the smoke, the fire,
Yeah.
all things I like.
They're all kind of looking off camera, but in the same direction, which feels a little disconnected.
Like we missed it.
Yeah. But nonetheless, it's a super cool moment.
Interesting.
Okay. Where are we?
I think I crop out this thing over here. I know, big surprise. There's a Northrop cropping over here. Let's get it
What I like about
centered.
the shot are like the powerful lines formed by the pier, and the sky is beautiful.
Yeah, I like these two people too. Just being great.
Yeah. Chelsea, I think you're back on.
Are you there?
Oh, sweet. I was just telling people that we'd be back, so see how truthy I am? All right. Sorry about that. Our computer suddenly has been blue screening. This is the second time tonight, so I don't know why it keeps crashing. Probably because life is like that.
It's because Jason's not here.
I think we should fire him for this anyway. This looks like a wormhole or some kind of futuristic anus, and I really like that.
Okay, you got me with that one.
I knew I'd
Cheered me
make you
right
laugh.
up.
People say you don't respond to me, but I knew I could get you with that.
What about a little more vignetting too? I just wanted to add a little more pop to it because it felt a little washed out to me.
Sure. You want me to do that for you?
Yeah, you do that for me. I was trying to message Siobhan on my phone during our blue screen.
Yeah.
And let's just say I was using a 3-letter acronym that autocorrect kept changing to WTG. Way to go.
Way to go.
Instead
Way
of
to
WTF.
go. Can Siobhan hear us? She looks really out of the loop right now. This kid's
She's not responding.
adorable. This could definitely be in a magazine. Like, this is excellent.
Yeah, I think, technically there's a lot of distractions in the background, but her expression is just really cute. And,
She's adorable.
It's a great moment, and I like that it's a nice, tight
5
crop.
stars and a pick. Oh my gosh. Look
Our
at
first
this.
cat picture with
Look
me.
at this little meatloaf. A little dirty little meatloaf.
Yeah, maybe this tells an important story about his personality. He's probably always causing trouble, but I might clone out the kind of dirt in him to make the picture a little more perfect.
I
But
just want to see where he's
you know
Oh.
the cat better than I do.
You don't know that.
Maybe.
I love it.
Beautiful picture of New York City.
Let's add more contrast. Let's make sure you have a white point. You do. Congrats on that. Black point as well. I like to. All right. Let's press Y and we can see a before and after. So things were a little bit gray overall. I know it's a black and white picture, but a little bit washed out looking. And now you have a white point and a black point. It's a little brighter, a little more contrast. Kyle Wolf,
Wow.
our favorite son that y'all are jealous of. Can't control your emotions. This is beautiful. Wow, Kyle.
Yeah, that's just gorgeous. I
might even
almost
add a
wish it
little
were taken
contrast
with.
to that.
I almost wish it were a little wider angle. Don't you wish there were a little bit more of the Milky Way in there?
I don't know. Maybe. I really like it because if it were wider angle, then you wouldn't have the same perspective in the foreground, and that's a really good composition.
Yeah, and the way the Milky Way lines up with the valley, like to use the Milky Way as a compositional element is just brilliant. Really, really nice shot.
I'm gonna give it a
Fantastic.
pick.
Yeah, I can't say too much about that. It's
Rage.
perfect.
Viewers.
So we have a very nice kind of portrait here, though his outfit and the headband and his hair are so dark and he's on a dark background, it almost kind of disappears. It's not necessarily bad, but it does make me he almost becomes like a floating head.
Yeah, I brought up the shadows a little bit.
Yeah, in situations like this, I almost always
What a
add.
beautiful portrait.
Yeah, it was a great portrait. I'm going to give it a pick, but I do want to give some constructive feedback. And I think if you had a bit of a kicker light there, some sort of light behind him to highlight the line of his shoulders and maybe the outline of his hair a little bit, it would just be that one.
I'm going to
little extra thing.
respectfully disagree and say that I like it, but this is why there's two of us. It creates balance.
I'm just wondering if I hit this with a brush, maybe I can. No, let me see. I was trying to raise the shadows here a little bit and see if I could make just a little pop at the edges.
Okay.
Fireworks.
These are what we call fireworks.
This is the best fireworks shot where you have this sort of something in the foreground, not just a picture of the fireworks,
Like
but you
when
found
there's a
yourself a
Marriott
nice spot.
nearby,
Yeah.
and you just know. You know things are going to be great.
Yeah. Great shot. It's perfect. I don't have any feedback about it. Maybe a little blacker blacks, but not much you could do there. Wow. Fantastic
Oh my
shot.
gosh, this
Great
is the
action to
craziest
it.
seagull I've
I
ever
give that one a
seen.
pick. Look at this. Incredible detail for a motion shot like that, and they seem so close. It's taken at 200 millimeters, but you couldn't even get much of the whale in the frame, so they must have felt that splash. Fantastic. Really great action. Great shutter speed there. 1/1000th of a second was just perfect. Really great. Nicely done.
I give all the credit to the whale. This is great. That's a juvie praying mantis, y'all. Great color, the contrast between the yellow body of the mantis and the nice creamy green background. This is such a pick. This is such a 5-star and a pick.
Yeah, I gave that one a pick too. I don't know if this happened in camera or not, but it looks like it might be over sharpened a little bit. See how the dark edges are here?
Mm-hmm.
So just be careful with the processing. Maybe there's something you can do about that in post. Oh yeah, we've seen this one before from Schmirkjix.
That's not how you say it. It's smooshy, smooshy, smoosh, smoosh.
I love the use of negative space here, and I know Erland considers this to be kind of his signature style, like these kind of isolated small worlds.
But really? Did you talk to him about that? Erland?
Yeah, I did.
He went on our Thailand trip with us, so we got to know him. He's our bro now. I do like this picture. So good job, bro.
Yeah, great shot. I don't know that I really like that diving shot that he took while we were in Thailand, though.
I didn't see it.
The one he took from the water.
I didn't actually see it, but I'd like to.
This is a gorgeous shot. I can see that there was some heavy post-processing done to kind of bring out the contrast on that tree.
Yeah.
And you might need to go back and blend that back with the original image to make it a little more subtle. But that's a minor point. I'm definitely giving it a pick. I think we're streaming, Chelsea.
Well, shit. That would just be my luck. There's no image. Oh, is that it? Are we back?
Yeah, I think we're back. Be entertaining.
Ah! I was just getting into the chat. Jim Setzer said he's naked. Kyle said he
Good
had a
update,
dream we
Jen.
adopted him. Another person blames his ex-wife for our stream's constant crashing. And Louis Chan is in the house.
Oh,
and
hey,
ready
Louis.
to go to Asia with us again. And I think everybody's left other than that.
I think
All right, let's
I
go
hope
back
Lewis
to this.
isn't driving and chatting.
He's driving and chatting. We know he is. This is a castle and some jets. That's Ed.
Well, let's just give it. Chelsea, you're on.
Oh.
Let's just give it one more shot.
One more shot to give it all we got.
We'll just try it one more time.
All right.
I'm just having recurring blue screens on the computer that streams stuff. So there's some sort of hardware problem, probably.
Okay, there's some sort of hardware problem.
I'm not even going to get Siobhan
slippers on the
I'm just going to try
table.
to keep it simple. Sorry, Siobhan.
No Siobhan. I'm sorry, Siobhan.
Well, let's use the time we have. Look at this drag racer here. He's got the wheels lifting off the ground. He got some smoke coming out the back.
That's cool.
I think he pretty much nailed it. I'll give him a pick. Here we have a
Look
very
at this
moody portrait.
Pony braid.
Single light. I'll have to remember to switch
Really
cameras
good.
here.
Really good stuff. Let's bring down the exposure and see. Oh, yeah, you captured all the... I thought that the highlights were a little blown out. I think I might bring them down a smidgen. But other than that, really fantastic. Going to give it a pick and a 5. This guy, this is what happens when you don't wear sunscreen. And I think that you should show this to your kids.
Yeah, I just want to see a little more contrast in it. I think otherwise it's an interesting shot. It's difficult to take pictures of other people's artwork and make it compelling, but I think what you've done here is interesting because it looks like he's almost looking at that scenery. Whoa.
Oh, geez. What is happening today? No.
Morning Road here, all I can see are the street lights and the power lines, right? if those are there and you're going to leave them, I would suggest having at least some other competing
But I think that
focal
they
point.
make the leading lines. I think they are the focal point. Maybe I
Well,
just take out this one.
agree to me that they're the focal point, but if there were a car or a carriage or a horse or something coming
Oh
over
yeah,
that
just
hill,
get a horse and carriage.
something to make it a more interesting focal point, because that's my eye
How
goes
about a
right to the
llama?
middle there.
I got a
Llama is a
llama
perfect
shirt that I
suggestion.
wore today to show my friends.
Now we know how those rock and rollers jump up in the air.
Just backwards hugs.
Yeah, there's always somebody back there supporting them. I thought that was a dog in there.
Drummers like to put blankets in the bass drum because they never know when they're going to be cold.
Good shot. The Jefferson Memorial. We have been there.
Oh yeah.
It feels like it's slightly off level to me, right?
I mean, you really have a great eye for that. God is
Yeah, some people call it OCD.
They don't. That's
I'll
not
just
OCD
call it a
at
great
all.
eye. Really well exposed. The colors in the horizon here are just gorgeous. Great reflections. I'm going to give that one a pick. It's just well executed. It's a commonly shot subject, but you did it perfectly.
You
It's
did it.
one of the nicest shots I've seen
In life or of that monument?
of that monument. But it's a commonly photographed place.
This
so
is
we get-
Horseshoe Bend
Yeah.
or something like that.
I guess I would just watch the exposure in the sky a little bit. It looks like it got, or maybe the processing, it looks like it got a little intense.
Things got a little, but I like this picture a lot.
Yeah, it turned out great. And it's another case where it's a commonly photographed location.
Oh yeah.
So you have to kind of set yourself apart, but you found the right sky, because that's the only thing that's really going to change dramatically. Good job. Pick. Beautiful stars here with the Milky Way. Looks like we have a little campfire going down there. And the canyon just looks great. I love the sort of line, beautiful line as it's moving from left to right. This is a drone shot, which I totally respect. It ended up kind of flat for me, though.
But it's a drone shot of our house. Just kidding.
It actually looks a lot like that. But I feel like it was taken maybe at the wrong season, because it ended up very gray. You know, if you're in New England like us, you pretty much have to do your aerial work in the fall. And the sky is perhaps just like there's just not a lot of color in there. But I would just keep going up. You found a cool spot with the water. Keep going up
I like
and
that
shooting
leading
that.
line. Sure.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Pick. You must have, you couldn't have lucked into this, right? There must be some day when the sun just perfectly aligns.
Yeah. You know you did a good job.
Yeah, great shot.
Now, we are out of pictures, but I'm afraid
I'll go back and
to
upload
get
some
more. I'm afraid to move. I'm afraid to breathe even because
Chelsea, definitely breathe.
everything is going so poorly. But I have this sweet llama shirt. Don't know if y'all can see. Thought I'd show that off.
Our computer hasn't crashed for several minutes.
It's a golden llama, so it's pretty fancy. People,
I wanted to throw a plug out for our friend Max Uroff.
oh, you're done talking about my
Yeah,
shirt?
I'm done with the.
Okay.
Sorry to disrespect the llama shirt.
It's fine. I don't even have feelings
Max is
anymore.
cool. He has a YouTube channel. You can go to sdp.io/Max to check it out. And he's giving away a Phantom drone.
Oh, we should give it
Check
to
it
me.
out, enter in, and
He
get
says
that.
we're friends.
Max is cool. National Geographic picked their best wildlife photo of the year. And this is it
It's
from...
Some sort of bird picnicking with the dolphins.
Yeah, it's an underwater photo by Greg LeCour of, I don't know what type of bird that is actually, but diving and competing with dolphins for these fish. Just an amazing shot, right? Just all the lines in it. It just works on so many different levels. So congrats, Greg. Fantastic shot.
He's very brave as well.
Okay.
That was
We
our,
sell stuff. You want to do
merch.
chit chat?
Sure.
Okay. I feel like things are working now.
Don't.
Jinx.
Excuse me.
On our best of 2016.
On our best of 2016 video that was optional to view, by the way, Ion Z says the worst gear of 2016 is you, guys. Well, that was pretty rude and kind of hurtful.
The worst gear.
Masuria Sujana says, I'm not talking to you, Siri.
You woke Siri up.
Damn, you think everything's about you. Self-centered much?
Seriously, Americans are banning drones everywhere in their home country, but use it to other countries and drop shits?
You thought this one was funny? That one's actually very sad.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about using drones to bomb.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't even pick that up. I just thought drop shits was funny. Didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, let's just gloss over that little piece of U.S.
I don't think
history.
killing people with drones is funny.
No,
For the
definitely not.
record.
It's
Just want to be
truly
clear
awful.
on that.
Okay,
Shit dropping is funny, though.
I mean, if we drop shit on people, that could be hilarious, but
Yeah.
it's not. Okay. Daddy P. Ryan seems to want us to go to New Zealand. Take your drone to New Zealand and get some absolutely amazing landscapes.
When are you going to New Zealand?
Hey,
When are you going to New
going to
Zealand?
New Zealand? We do want to go to New
are you
Zealand. I
going
just
to
don't
New
know when. This guy says she looks terribly bored in our best of 2016 video, and our friend Eric Lowenbach says she's not. She just has resting bored face syndrome. No, I have bored syndrome. I am constantly bored. I'm bored right now. Now I'm not. Now I am again. My least favorite feeling is bored. This week I had the flu and I was literally vomiting, but my main complaint was that I was so bored. True, Tony?
Yes.
I really hate being bored.
And you kept trying to not be bored by maybe traveling somewhere, and you'd get in the car and then you'd be like, I'm gonna puke. But I'm so bored.
I hate being bored.
Chelsea, here's a variety
know
of
that person.
different portfolios. This one?
We reviewed that picture with our friend
That's my
Scott.
portfolio.
Excuse me.
So let's pick one of these
one.
portfolios. A lot of love?
Sure, a lot of love.
Okay.
Good logo. Very cool.
This is a
Very
Squarespace
now.
portfolio. Right at the top, now booking 2017 weddings. Contact me for more info. What if you click that? Okay. There's not a pricing page, but it takes you to the contact page.
Boxes. I like that.
Oh, but they do have a pricing page. Good. You know what I decided about pricing pages? I decided that you should have a pricing page if you're aggressively pursuing new work, because I think it is a good way to get more people to contact you. But if you have lots of work and you're trying to move upscale, if you're trying to bring your prices up, then maybe you should do without a pricing page. Or if like you have enough work and you're trying to be more selective about it.
I'm just mad as your wife now.
What?
All right, let's look at that portfolio. I love this first picture. So this picture's so amazing. I wish that I'm sorry. I wish that we had seen more of these great pictures larger, you know? And also, like, this picture is really not as strong as this picture.
Yeah,
So,
that picture's
and you have
gorgeous.
many pictures on this first page, so let's just pare them down. Oh, actually, you don't have that many. You don't have that many. Oh, look at this one's really excellent. I think I'd just weed them out a little bit more. Make them larger. Thoughts?
Make the thumbnails larger?
Change your template so that you have fewer larger pictures. So maybe 4 big ones or the scrolling front page.
Yeah.
Because your pictures just look much better when they're bigger.
Yeah, there are lots of different templates to choose from. And yeah, I think it's obviously personal preference. We definitely like those templates.
Oh, this is their whole portfolio, actually.
Was this the front page?
Hey, Charlotte.
Hey, Lotta, Charlotte?
A girl's on a show. That always makes me happy.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe,
that is their
actually,
front page.
maybe since you just have a few thumbnails and there's not a ton of pictures, this is probably fine. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's nice and concise. It lets people kind of take everything in quickly.
Mm-hmm,
I do prefer the templates that just show the main picture full screen.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with
Well,
that. It is a matter of
This is
personal
my thing that
preference.
we usually see. Someone has this first page and there's 20 pictures, and then you go in and there's menu after menu after menu. And then I like to see just the best of scrolling, but she doesn't have a ton of pictures, so it works out.
Yeah. Okay, so we managed to provide a little bit of feedback, but overall, I think your portfolio is looking really good.
Like, friendly.
Yeah, that is really key in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Is so important to have. People like to know that they're talking to an actual person. It seems like you're doing everything right. So I'm sorry we don't have more detailed feedback for you, but
you're great.
You've done
I hope
great.
You get more work.
Let's see what Charlotte had to say about Squarespace. She says, "I love Squarespace. It looks fantastic and is easy to use. You'll love Squarespace too. You can go to squarespace.com/Tony, use the coupon code portfolio, and that will give you 10% off. But before then, you'll get a 14-day free trial where you can get your portfolio all set up. Make sure you're happy with it. No credit card required. You can send it to your friends and they can check it out and give you feedback on it. I'm in that 14-day free trial phase myself.
You have a second portfolio. How's that going?
Good. I'm setting up a portfolio just for like aerial photography because I think you can carve it off as a separate business. It's kind of specialized. So I'm going through that process of setting up a drone business, and of course I use Squarespace.
Yeah.
I had to pay for it.
You did?
But that's cool. They're not giving it to me for free, but it's definitely the one I want to use.
Do you want me to negotiate it for free? That seems kind of silly.
They might, but I don't mind. It's totally worth it. Squarespace.com/Tony. Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at some more pictures because things actually seem to be working at the moment, so maybe this will go smoothly.
Me?
Chelsea's a little bit superstitious for such a scientific person.
It doesn't matter. This is Penny Pack Park.
You know what I think is the most interesting part of the picture is that like beautiful house, but it's kind of a small part of the picture. I guess I might try to figure out what the key elements here were and just fill the frame more with them. And to me, the key elements are that water reflecting in the background and the foreground, the sky and the house. So yeah, there's a lot of other elements in there that are almost distractions. Yeah, I think that's already better. Maybe I'd even get rid of that vegetation in the foreground.
I moved on.
This is an unusual portrait because her head is like very square, but she's also just looking off to the side. Like there's no eye contact, there's no catch light, but the lighting on her cheekbones is really nice. She seems to have like hair and makeup done just perfectly.
She is contouring, which is like dodging and burning with makeup.
Yeah, I do feel like the origin of that was from
dodging
photographers using, Photoshop.
I would just bring out her eyes a little bit.
Yeah, they did get really dark.
It's hard to do. I prefer to do that kind of stuff in Photoshop. I really like it.
It is outrageously sharp, as it would be with that combination. I just want to see how... Oh, I see we don't have the whole thing. It's downscaled. This is an unusual color.
Cool idea.
Though if it was done at night, which it might be, it's entirely possible to get that kind of weird color.
Oh, that's dust on my screen. Silly me.
Interesting shot, though. My eye doesn't rest anywhere.
Well, I think I like all the shapes. Like he has this, then this line, then this line. But maybe it's just because this is so large in the frame, maybe it could be better if you, I know, not a big shocker here, but cropped. And then you're focusing more on this
that
bridge.
Better. A gorgeous scene.
It belongs in like one of those little pamphlets with the map you get when you go to a new town. When you go to like a fancy little town.
The mountains in the background are just amazing, and especially the way the haze is there. I will say.
Oh, this is Italy.
You were maybe you were there on vacation, and therefore you don't get to necessarily pick the time. In which case, you probably did the best you could with it. And the mountains and sky are beautiful, but the fact that the trees are kind of dead this time of year, they don't seem to have any leaves, and a good part of the city is kind of in shade, detracts a little bit from the picture. So it's one of those things you would have to revisit the same location throughout the year to find the absolute best moment.
Look at this little mouse.
A cute little mouse. Yeah, very dark, as dark and kind of desaturated, which is what you'd get shooting in the woods. It looks like it actually was taken in the woods.
Yeah.
A difficult situation to expose
Oh
them.
my gosh. Look at
Stony
that
and
rooster's
rooster.
pants.
Your grandmother would really like this picture.
Oh, my grandmother loves chickens. It's cute.
Yeah, it is nice.
That's an
background
Estonian
blur on it.
rooster. Oh.
Oh.
Look at us just fighting. You give up? All right, I'm going for it. This, I had no idea this was a thing. It
This
looks like
is
a gummy candy.
Yeah, that's the cutest
It looks delicious.
grasshopper I've ever seen.
It's so cute. I'm going to give this 5 stars and a pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it cropped down.
Interesting subject matter, nice and sharp, good colors. All right, Rose End Point, Oregon. So, really beautiful light. I like the composition, but things are looking a little bit unsharp here.
Yeah, I wonder
I don't know
why
why.
that is.
Maybe it's just the way you uploaded the image or saved it or something. Blade Chroma 4K. I don't know. This is Bear.
This
He's
is
our
Bear.
friend, and he's also a viewer. I'm going to put him in black and white.
So he's done a good job as both the photographer and the model here. I assume it's a selfie. And because he's got like a good expression, right? He's got a little scrunch to his eyes. That crop might be a little tight, Chelsea.
It is. I'm just teasing. Intensity. I was going to just crop it down to the eyes, but then I messed up.
But yeah, good intensity with the eyes and good shoulder turn. All of that worked out really well. The light is really nice. Perfect catch light. Nice job with the backdrop. Great shot.
I like the intense gaze. All right. It's like your school picture.
Whoa.
This is
This gave me a little bit of vertigo. I didn't.
topsy-turvy.
What is going on
But
exactly?
see, it's mirrored in a tunnel. All right.
Yeah.
This is very cool.
I guess I was confused because I thought maybe it was occurring naturally without post-processing. So I was looking for like some place that it would be reflecting. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting shot.
Great undercut. I love the expression, the pose, the colors. It's nice and sharp.
Yeah, I'm going to give that one a pick. I think it's really nice.
She has the most beautiful hair.
The way you kind of filled the frame with the hair and the background, there's no distractions in it. Her hand positioning is perfect, which is real difficult. Yeah, you nailed the shot. The lighting on her eyes is great too.
I just
really nicely done.
Pulled it a little towards magenta. It could be different on your monitor because it was such a slight change, but it was looking a little bit green. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty.
Yeah. Wow. My first thought was that this must be a comp just because it's so perfect with the horse and the light. But no, I think it's genuine. And
horses are
great.
just
It's really
photogenic
nice.
creatures.
Yeah, I guess they are.
My only thing is there's like some haloing or something going on. I think it's HDR effect or something. I don't really know what's going on.
I think I'd apply a graduated filter to the sky and just bring out the contrast a little more. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, beautiful
Really
shot.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'll give that a pick.
I like it better in black and white.
Oh, I like the color.
Well, nobody asked you. We saw that. This is
Kind
so
of
nice,
a
this expression.
Candid shot. Yeah, he's got a great expression. Feels very genuine. Yeah, I like it. It's a nice moment.
Yeah, good one. Oh, this is a flower, the flower of your dreams. So I'd like a little more context. This is the stamen, which is cool, but there's a lot of the picture that's just blown out. Let's see if there's any detail in there. No.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's very minimal, so maybe it'd work better in a set or something, but
The only thing that really bugs me is this kind of, there's a hard line here and a hard line here.
yeah.
And those feel a little unnatural. I'm not sure if that's a result of the post-processing, but otherwise I like the
I like
use
the
of negative
colors, too.
space, and I see what you're going for. I think it's really nice.
Oh,
Well, she
intense.
has a really intense expression.
She's very intense. Oh, we were zoomed in.
I might even have liked it better cropped tight, and the reason is that when you go wide, you can see that most of her body is just in shadow. So like the whole bottom half of the frame is just mostly dark. If you are going to light more of somebody's body, you just have to make sure it's lit. And for that, I will usually use a strip box. So there might be a beauty dish on her eyes and her face, but then you might need a full strip box to like really light up her shirt and, you know, her pants or anything else that's in the shot. Lighting a full body can be hard.
Sure.
Ah, that's beautiful, right?
Yeah, that is beautiful. I love the steam and the environment. This would be good for the slice of life topic next week.
Yeah, I'm going to give that one a pick. Really nice.
I'm going to give that 5 stars.
A little bit of motion in there, which I like.
Oh.
This is like Eric's kid.
Do you think this looks like Elin?
Yeah, don't you? Well, I'm not sure if it is or not.
Maybe the smile. It's not.
But it doesn't look like his style of photography.
It's not Elin.
But great expression out of her. Great background blur. I'll give that one a pick. Nicely done. Her... trying to decide what her expression means. It's kind of intense, right?
Yeah, I think it's candid.
Just gonna add a little
It's very
contrast
natural. I like the matte. I like the processing they did on this, and like the highlights in her hair are really pretty. How you see those ringlets. I like it. It's not like technically perfect, but I think it works. It has that grainy kind of film look.
Yeah, it definitely
It's
has
cool.
a film look. Oh, first wildlife shot of the night. Little goldfinch.
Oh, look at that beautiful
Perfect.
bird.
Look how sharp that is.
Yeah. The background has no noise. Well, that I can see. Again, my screen is very dusty.
Great shot.
This is great framing, and they took a very cluttered environment and managed to make it manageable in a photo. Like, this type of thing is very difficult to photograph. So I'm going to give this a pick. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like, oh my gosh, look at the storytelling.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Very sexual.
Use of the mirror there, the gun
Yeah.
in the background. I don't know if he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. I've been in this situation many times. He's
You
very
know,
dead.
one thing I would change, though, is if you look at his reflection, I don't know if this is a sheet or if he's wearing a shirt, but as a result, it almost
blends
reads
in.
like his hand
No,
is
he's
just
wearing
floating.
handcuffs. See?
Anyway, because the shirt is blending in with his with the sheets, his hand doesn't seem to be attached to his body. I just would like to see his arm there. Really minor point. I think I'm giving you a pick just because you did such a good job with
Yeah,
the storytelling.
you did
on it.
something
The lighting
different,
seems really
too.
natural.
Beautiful colors.
Yeah, really nice sunset shot. Nothing really in the lower thirds, the foreground, but there's not.
I'm going to give it a pick.
Yeah, you didn't fill up the whole frame with that part of it.
Oh, these little guys are so
These
cute.
guys are just incredibly shy. So I understand it's hard to get really close to them. My
Heck, it's hot.
biggest complaint is every shot I have of these birds is also them facing away
Yeah, they're
because
very
they're so shy. But that's what they're doing. They're kind of moving away from you, especially the female on the left. Her head is tilted away a little bit. And for me, whenever that happens, I just feel like I didn't get the shot. Either I like them in direct profile or better still facing a little bit towards me.
Okay. Ooh, Ben, this is really pretty.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a pick
I
because
give
of
it a
the
pick first.
the isolation
me.
of that tree in the
Do you
foreground.
notice that now that I'm feeling better, I'm getting very
Yeah,
competitive
you're getting
again?
really sassy.
I've been very, very sad. So,
Because you're sick.
yeah, now I'm just going to be really sassy and competitive with you. We should play video games tonight.
Oh,
Kick
no.
your butt.
Glad you're feeling better, I guess. An interesting take on the NYC skyline. More of like a tight crop than that wide Dumbo Park shot you always see.
Yes.
And I like that. It really accentuates the height of the Freedom Tower. I feel like they cheat when they put that big tower on top of the tower, though, right?
Oh,
'Cause
and they say
they're
it's
just
the
trying to-
tallest?
Yeah, yeah. But
That's like
they're
saying
counting
I'm
the radio
taller
tower.
than you and then going like this.
You were getting too competitive
Cheaters.
when you're trying to be taller than me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This is great.
I like the natural framing. I like the small running child. I like the stately building.
Yeah, it's the kid who makes the
Wow.
picture.
This just really proves my theory that anything in large numbers is disgusting. Like
Ladybugs
one
are
rat,
cute.
cute. 1,000 rats, hold on to your seat. This is a nightmare. Same thing with ladybugs, apparently.
Go full screen with that. Yeah, ladybugs are creeps, it turns out. Anyway, interesting shot.
Way to
Sorry we
ruin
focused on
everything
that
beautiful
aspect of
this
it.
year, as though I had any hope left for 2016.
I think what makes the shot great are the textures of it. I love the
So you
silky
want to go black
texture.
and white?
Oh, the colors are nice, but yeah, I'm down with the black and
I
white.
did it. Oops, I did it again. All right.
Interesting shot. Yeah, I like that.
What'd you tell this child? This is the there's no Santa face.
Oh, but we just misfocused, right?
But it's okay.
It's okay.
I think
no,
it's
I don't
okay.
think anybody else will complain.
I like the expression and the light and everything else about it. Focus, schmocus. These squirrels are the best squirrels.
Yeah, I think the next challenge will be to get a nice picture of.
Do you think he's breaking out of squirrel prison just based on the other elements of this picture?
Yes.
I thought you would agree with me.
My suggestion would just be to get him doing something other than breaking out of prison, like getting him, like eating a nut or something. Just wildlife photography is like that. You keep kind of one-upping yourself.
I'm checking in our chat to see if people have any questions. Someone said, WTF, there's no Santa? Sorry, John. Wish we could get a picture.
Spoiler. What is going on with
People
this
hate
moth?
me. I think I ruined their dreams.
About Santa?
Yeah, apparently everybody's child under 5 was watching. Just kidding. This is beautiful. This is a moth. Or what? What's happening, Tony?
Yeah, I think it's some sort of moth. Siobhan said that she sent us some questions, so I'll pull up those questions.
Okay.
So I'm afraid to get Siobhan on the line because I think it might break stuff again, but I do want to talk to people, so.
All right. This lightning picture just puts the fear of God right in my heart. How about you, Tony? Is this
Yeah,
real?
I think it's a great shot.
Is this real? Is that starting a fire at the bottom? This is truly dangerous.
Real or fake,
I'm
I
gonna
think
give
they
this
did a great job with
a
it.
pick and 5 stars because nature, you scary. I'm trying to go to the next one.
Drive, Chelsea. I'll try to get this working.
Oh, I'm driving. This is really nice. I've had many a moments where I'm on a road like this trying to capture it, and you did it because you got these wildflowers to the left just lit up enough that they're not distracting, but they're adding to the beauty. The leading line of the road, the rolling hills, everything's right. I'm going to give this a pick as well. Chelsea, do you have any rainy day photography tips for when you're sick and bored? I sometimes just take pictures of my dogs. I also have a studio, but I know not a lot of people have that. But you can make a little studio with just white paper and stuff, make a mini studio and take product photography. I've done that before too. I've done still life, macro. There's a bunch of stuff you can do right in your house. Multiple exposures is a good project to do right in your home.
I was going to suggest macro. Just buy some inexpensive extension tubes and start shooting things close up because nobody ever sees the world that way.
Mm-hmm.
I also like wildlife photography in the rain. Like set up a feeder near your window,
my God,
get them in
that's
the
so
rain, and they
romantic.
get all like
You are so romantic.
rainy.
This picture's great. It makes me jealous of that person's life.
Here's a question from Nathan Shirley. Could you talk about your photo management process? Specifically, at what point do you review, delete photos? In camera, back at the studio, after each shoot, daily? Photos pile up fast.
It's different for when I'm shooting wildlife. I'll go through. That's really easy to get rid of your pictures, because if it's not sharp and they're not doing anything interesting, you're not going to miss it. You know, you're never going to regret not having that moment when the
Well, I was going to say the mistake I see people make with wildlife is they will delete photos while they're shooting.
Yeah.
So you'll take some shots and then you'll be reviewing them and then you'll be like, oh, okay, save that one, delete
Well,
that
you
one.
don't
And
want to
then
do that because you're missing the action.
exactly. And then some bird flies right past your face. But that has happened to everybody. So with wildlife, you wait.
I never learn.
Or I'll wait until I have some downtime, like I'm back in the car. If somebody else is driving, and I have 20 minutes to kill, then I'll be calling.
I like to have them on my computer because you never know what's going on until you see them larger.
Yeah, sometimes you might accidentally delete a good picture. That's definitely the way to go. I will say with the 5DSR and those 50 megapixel files, they take so long to cull on the computer. They're actually easier to cull in the back of the camera. So a lot of times before I import them, I'll go through real quickly and just delete the ones I know are bad.
It does depend on the file size.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of some.
A lot of discussion around that question.
Oh, yeah. This is a real thinker. I will say with something like street photography, I'm not fast to delete those. I'll keep those around for a really long time because you got to let the moment wear off, let your memories wear off, let your feelings wear off, go back to it even a year later, and you're going to see something different in each picture. I like to keep photos like that around. Anyone with family or pets or anything, and I just keep those forever, even if they're kind of crummy. Because sometimes, you know, like your dog dies and you realize that terrible picture you had of them eating their favorite bone, it's the only one you have. You just keep that for memories.
Yeah, pretty much the only things that delete are complete duplicates or stuff that's just like completely blurry.
Yeah, really bad. You people say some real weird stuff in the chats. This is why you took my computer away from me.
Yeah. I'm just going to drop the blacks on
not
this so we
today.
have plenty of contrast in the shot. But with the God rays coming through and the cyclist as the focal point, I think it's a nice shot.
This is good.
Maybe a
would
bit of cropping
really
on it.
add so much processing to this so that this, and then I would send it to this man. So he feels like very
Yeah, you know,
special.
it's tough because I feel like we need this up here to show where the light is coming from, but I wanted to,
Wait,
maybe
I was going to drive. I got excited.
No, that's okay. I'm just trying to figure out what the right crop on this is.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that's it, maybe not. Beautiful butterfly shot.
That's really nice.
Just, yeah.
I
perfect.
wasn't done with
That
that
one to
guy,
pick.
but whatever. Who am I in this world?
So here we have a carnival.
You know why I really like this picture? I see so many carnival pictures with just this. Like it will just be like that.
Yeah.
And that is cool. I'm realizing what it was always missing was context. Seeing the whole fair, I get a mood. I like this a lot. I'm going to give this a pick. This reminds me of my childhood.
Note the swans in the lake. I will say, if you have to tell people something about a photo, then it doesn't really count. But it's a beautiful aerial shot of just a beautiful scene. And great light in there, too.
I think that's a really nice picture of the swans. You didn't get the eye, though. That's Tony Northrup hot tip.
I'll give you a pick. Great shot.
Someone asked Tony and Chelsea, what are the thoughts on the meme himself, Ken Rockwell? Man, I don't agree with everything Ken Rockwell says, but people just smear his name because he's huge. He's one of the top searched photographers, and they just get views because they mention him. That happens a lot. So, like him or hate him, there's just no reason to be rude. If you don't like him, just don't consume his information. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason you wouldn't like Ken Rockwell is if you only listen to people who are right 100% of the time. Because he's not right 100% of the time, but nobody is.
Yeah.
I will look at his reviews and use them as one source of information.
Yeah, I think that's like, there are people I really like and I don't agree with everything they say, and that's fine. That goes for every relationship in my life. I mean, there are people that are really terrible in this industry that I would never support. But he's like pretty harmless. He's just trying to help people. He's got his website. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's not.
I'll say where Ken struggles is he's not the nerd's nerd.
What do you mean?
He puts things in, he will simplify things in a way that he thinks is best for the masses.
Yeah.
So things like his famous telling people to use that P stands for pro.
Yeah.
He does that because he experienced it, rather than using manual mode or aperture priority, he tells people to use P and then it stands for pro because he experienced so many people getting ahead of themselves and using manual mode before they were ready and then ruining a series of shots because they weren't ready.
Yeah.
So he explains this, but nobody reads his full explanation and realizes that he's actually dumbing something down for a select audience, and those people who know better will ignore that advice anyway. It's kind of a thoughtful thing.
I'm going to put my foot in my mouth right here and say that this is an industry where the viewers hate to have things dumbed down.
Yeah.
And they would rather have something go over their head and feel like maybe they almost understood something super complex than have someone dumb it down. It's like a tech thing.
I totally agree with that.
As a non-tech nerd stuck in the middle of the tech world, I've noticed that a lot. And I'm like, I don't know what the psychology of that is, but I will never dumb down anything for anyone in this industry.
Yeah, but if you realize where Ken is coming from and you're a reasonable person, then you say, okay, that's what Ken's doing. I'm not going to follow that advice. But that's what he's up to. He's not insane. He was actually, at least his intentions were to be helpful.
Yeah. I don't know. He's very popular, and I think once you get popular, you're open to a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah.
We have a lot. Wow, you asked a question that really hit on something.
Unfortunately, this picture it's nice, but it lost the sky.
But I like the
mostly
mood.
black.
It reminds me of a movie.
Yeah, it is nice.
I'm
going to
give it a pick. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm giving this one a pick too.
That's Maya.
Oh.
Maya, you're wonderful. She sent us a Christmas card too. She's just so sweet.
I don't know.
What?
There's
We
just
should
something
adopt
striking
her as
about this
well.
picture.
Yeah, I'm giving this a pick and 5 stars.
Sorry to Maya's parents. I hate to break the news to you that way.
You should have thought of it first, Maya's parents.
So I'm just going to add some contrast here by raising the white points. Go to sdp.io/top tip, where we kind of describe that process of looking at the white and black points. The northern hawk owl, great shot. It can be, I will say your mistake here was your settings. You're at 1/500th of a second with an image stabilized lens and ISO 1000. And sometimes you have to be at ISO 1000 because it's so dark. But I would take that shot at 1/500th, and then I would drop to 1/250th and ISO 500 and take 20 shots. And then I drop to 1/100th. All the way down to like 1/30th or so.
Yeah, it's tough. This looks like it was.
And just so you can get that ISO down. And every time you drop to a lower ISO and a lower shutter speed, slower shutter speed, you're going to be taking more and more shots. So in the end, you might take 200 shots of this one bird, and you're going to pick the sharpest shot at the lowest ISO that turned out. And I promise you could have gotten a shot at ISO 250 or so, and you would have ended up with a much cleaner and sharper image. Chapter 8
What the
of SDP.
heck? The guy, we gave him a 5 stars and a pick for that lightning picture. He stopped watching us. I take it back.
Why did he stop watching us?
He said he doesn't love us. He gets no stars.
You have to judge them based on their
No, I don't.
photographic quality.
No, I don't.
I love the contrast in the shot and the way these like white cliffs are just really popping. I like that shot a lot.
I like the sheep in the foreground.
No, those sheeps are jerks. They're not. They never
almost
watch the
colored?
show.
No, that's an illusion.
It's just your eyes. Wow.
Those sheep never watch our show?
They
1
used
star.
to.
Oh, he's in captivity, looking for freedom. It's still pretty.
Yeah, it is really nice.
I almost like that if you look deeper, Kevin Davis, you're like, I know how the cage birds
It's a selfie.
It's a selfie. That would be a really funny edit.
I'm giving this one a pick too. I don't know. It's one of
his
those things
thumb.
where I can't really quantify it, but I like the symmetry of it, and the asymmetry of it at the same time. Good use of lines. Man, the colors in this are beautiful, and this little bridge here or sewer or whatever is beautiful too. But I feel like this is the focal point, and it's such a small
sewer.
It is the most beautiful sewer. But this focal point is actually just a really small part of the picture. So I wish it could have been a bigger part of it. Instead, it just kind of gets lost in all the branches and leaves and such.
I feel like this monkey is really tired of that other monkey.
But we got to see their eyes, right?
No.
I want to see their eyes.
So this is how boats reproduce. Sorry.
I'm giving this one a pick. I think it's a really nice shot. I think it works even better in black and white. If I could do anything, it'd be to leave a little more room on the left side of those. And also, I think you have some sensor dust that you got to clean up. Minor points. Oh, my God. What a gorgeous picture.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm going to give this a pick.
Yeah, I'm just going to lower the blacks a little just to increase the contrast a bit. There's probably low contrast just because you're shooting from a distance. Atmospheric conditions. This guy couldn't decide.
Oh, boy. You're
Should we
too great. You're too great. At least he put it all in one instead of submitting several times, so I'll give him a pass.
Yeah, I will say all the pictures are nice.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Beautiful reflections here on a nice still lake. To get those sort of reflections, you got to get up early because that's when the wind is usually the lowest.
When all the best stuff happens early.
I will say there's not much to it other than the reflections, like a boat going through here or llamas flying through the sky.
Oh my gosh. Ireland is really beautiful. I recognize the flowers.
Yeah, he got a picture of the sun in Ireland. Everybody must have been out taking pictures of it, just
My
looking
cat
in
was
amazement
crying.
at the source of light. We've shot in Ireland several times, and like literally the sun doesn't come out. But you found the sun.
What? We had so many beautiful days.
I guess we had
I have the pictures to prove it.
beautiful picture.
I'm going to give it a pick.
Great spot. Yeah, absolutely deserves a pick. One of the best landscape shots we've seen tonight.
Oh, look
That's
at this
Mark.
little cute little baby. He
Yeah.
has a tie.
Just adorable.
Baby tie.
Watch the crop on the hands, though. You can always crop later. So it doesn't hurt to shoot too wide because you can crop down, but the crop on his hands is a little uncomfortable.
Babies. I'm actually going to bring it in over here, too. We don't need to see all that. We know what's going on. Baby's in a tube. Typical baby behavior.
Beautiful lighting, right? Looks like maybe a single beauty dish and just kind of let the rest go into the darkness. I think really moody. Very nicely done.
Very moody. I like the jawline.
Yeah, that's kind of the focal point is that line of her jaw. This thing feels like maybe the clarity or the sharpening was brought up a little
Let's see what
much,
happened here.
but I don't think that's something most people would complain about. Other than that, much of the shot is just kind of the water and these out of focus leaves, but the bridge itself is really cool. Got the
A
GBH.
Oh, we need GBH t-shirts.
I just wish there was some detail in the background. Like I like there to be some nice bouquet, but it just feels like he's in a cloud.
Yeah, he's in GBH heaven. Is this his real eyes? Or is he... Oh my gosh. I thought the eyes were over processed, but he's just beautiful. Beautiful man. I think...
It feels too yellowish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean-
yeah, a quick way to fix that is to go to black and white. But it just looks like incandescent lights to me.
I hate incandescent lights. Remember
But
we
yeah,
had...
even auto white balance might get that working for
Let's see. Let's see. No, 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 no.
you. That feels too cool. Yeah. I often start auto white, but sometimes it nails it.
Okay. But I like it.
Whoa.
Well, you had a good day.
Yeah, this is super cool. Again, shooting a little wide here would let you fill in the rest of that. And I bet you can fix that in post because I bet you have another shot where the helicopter is completely in frame. And therefore you could just patch in the rest of its tail. There's not too much you'd have to patch in.
How do you feel about this vignetting?
Oh, I don't mind it. It's just the overall balance of the shot is a little weird to me because we have this like, a quarter of the frame at the bottom is nothing. And then you have the helicopter that's literally moving outside the frame at the top. So I'd just like to see that recompose a little bit, but you can fix that in post. You can extend the canvas
And then just,
above it.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is whoa.
Photoshop book covers that stuff. We have
This
a
is-
whole chapter on that. That is intense.
Maybe,
Sometimes you get a sunset like that. Otherwise, I'm inclined to believe that maybe it was
maybe a little,
cranked up a
maybe
little too
just
much.
dial it back like 10%. But it's very beautiful. It
Yeah.
makes me want to go to heaven. I've been having a rough week. These people are like, it's art. Hold on to your pants, Nancy. You're going to see some art. Where are they?
I do kind of like the
Buddy.
arrangement of people. I mean, they're all a little bit
She's
distracted.
like, how do
she's
you
on
do
her tablet,
this?
but the fact that she's looking here and she's facing
He's
that way,
talking on
and
the phone. She's holding on to her
there's
pants.
something nice about it. I didn't mean to
I'm going
set
to give
your
it a
rating
pick
to
and
0.
5 stars. I really like this. I mean, I'm making jokes, but I'm loving the picture.
I feel like the
I saw this in the
sky was
readers
comped
group.
in.
No.
No? You're saying the
He
sky
wouldn't
was
do
not
that.
comped
This
in.
guy's from Connecticut. This picture was taken in Connecticut, and we don't have comped scars. We don't have the comped skies. Okay? Maybe he bumped up the red a little too much. But other than that, pick.
Can I just give a tip? If somebody else were to comp the sky in, just make sure it's from a matching focal length and angle.
He wouldn't do
Obviously,
that, though, would you?
he would not do that because we decided he's from Connecticut, and I think it's a really interesting shot. There's something uncomfortable about just having like a tiny amount of her lip in there and just like being barely off center with her nose. But what if we just
What if we?
went a little tighter with that?
I'm going to give this a pick.
Yeah,
You did something
I think it's
different.
interesting.
You went for it.
They got the rainbow.
Yeah. I like-
Okay, great panorama, beautiful
Oh.
colors. I was just thinking if there's something we can do about this like shadow from the
No.
hill, but don't sweat it. You got a great shot.
Oh.
This is a fantastic fireworks shot. I'm definitely giving it a pick right away.
Mm-hmm.
I too wanted to tweak the color a little bit. I feel like you have to be a little more selective about it,
It's
just
tough.
because.
It's tough.
Yeah, Anyway, if you can get those colors in the foreground looking a little more natural, night photography is so hard that way because you have so many different light sources
Yeah.
with weird color temperatures.
Surely. That's a Photoshop job if I ever saw one, but it looks
Yeah.
good. No, I mean, that's a job for Photoshop. That's what I should have said.
Yeah. This is a nice shot. You put some interesting stones in the foreground. I just wish there was something a little more compelling in the foreground, and we have like some kind of sticks poking in here that mostly serve to distract. But otherwise, great shot.
Okay.
Beautiful stars. I'm giving that one a pick too. I'm gonna.
There's some wrong
pull it a
jokes
little bit
going on
towards
in the
blue.
comments, but Siobhan says, love them freckles about that picture. And that's what I liked about the picture, too. She had really pretty freckles.
Yeah, I think they like that about her face and just kind of made the shot more about that. I'm gonna just bring this to 8x10.
Oh, doesn't that bee look like he's singing on a microphone?
It does.
Bee, 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 bee.
I just changed the shape of the crop. This would also work pretty well square, I think, but beautiful shot. I'm giving that one a pick too. I think this could be
Okay.
improved with a focal point, especially something with a complementary
A
color.
llama
A llama.
right here.
Yeah. But at the same time, you've found a beautiful scene and leading lines, and now you have a great spot for portraiture.
Do you think we're going to do this show forever?
You mean tonight?
Yeah.
It is 6:30. I guess I was continuing on because
dropping the feed so much. It's like
yeah.
we owe it to those people that stood with us.
I think when somebody wears glasses, you have to manage the angle a little bit.
Oh, yeah. He's getting this little cut-in face thing going on.
Yeah, that can be a little bit difficult. If it's easy, I would pop the lenses out, but most glasses, that's not as easy as it used to be. Otherwise, I think it's a good shot. I'll say I think it's a great shot. I think it's a really good headshot, great lighting on it. Oh, you know what? Maybe the camera focused on the glasses frame rather than the eyes.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's
It can be
really
tough.
hard to fix that. You pretty much have to like autofocus and then manually pull it back a little bit, or just autofocus, use back button and then lean in a little bit. But shooting people with glasses can be tough. I wish mirrorless cameras, hopefully there'll be a technology that
Where
will
they can do
allow us
that.
to completely overcome that. But DSLRs aren't quite there yet. Beautiful shot, right? Just clearly
It looks like
it belongs on a presidential campaign poster. I'm just raising the shadows up a little bit, but fantastic.
I like the shadow of his beak on his neck.
I
Someone-
love that they put somebody here as the focal point, though the gloves are terribly distracting to me. She's got hands coming out of her
Hand
butt.
butt. We've all been there.
Yeah, so I think I'd Photoshop those gloves out, but otherwise it's a fantastic shot. I'm definitely giving you a pick. Great job. This would also be a good time for focus stacking, like take a picture focused on her and then focus on the mountains and then blend those two
They could
together,
very
because the mountains are just a
easily
little bit out of focus.
edit out hand butt.
Yeah, you could clone that out. No problem. Hand butt. Ooh, gorgeous.
Oh, ooh. Is this Boston?
Oh, I thought it said kill Gates, like Bill Gates.
No.
I don't think it's Boston.
Santa?
The recital.
He is real.
Some distractions here at the corners, and an easy way to fix that, you could do a better job at it, but I'll do some post-crop vignetting just to kind of pull like this down some. And then,
Oh, sorry.
no, it's okay.
I just can't help but edit.
And then I'm just going to raise the overall exposure some. Maybe a little more vibrance. Great shot. For capturing your kids' concert, you did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Pick.
Wait.
Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what a nice portrait,
Nice.
right?
I love the pose. I love her
The
expression.
hands, her
I
expression.
love her styling.
Yeah, giving that one a pick too.
She's adorable. You did it.
Yeah.
I love how seagulls ruin everything. Seagulls, get your own French fries.
I like this shot a lot. My only complaint is that you cut her feet off.
Well, I'm seeing some funkification.
Well, that just looks like chromatic aberration. You think
All right,
that's
well,
a
let's see if we can do it.
post-processing thing? Okay.
Where is it?
Quick lesson on fixing chromatic
I
aberration.
think we got it.
Yeah, that actually helped a lot. Just the before and after here, you can see
Don't
Chelsea
forget-
remove that green fringing.
Don't forget to remove the fringing.
And didn't mean to do that. Fix the sensor dust here too. Chapter 5 of SDP. You got any other questions for us, Chelsea?
Let's see. People said there's some other YouTuber trying to get people to subscribe to his channel. Oh, but he was deleted. I don't feel bad. People said they love Matt Granger. People said we're going too fast.
Oh, we're going too fast?
Someone said funkification. Someone's been watching Fronos.
I don't think that's the
I don't
case.
think that's what happened.
Oh my God.
And people still don't know what the password is.
Well, that's okay. We can't take any more pictures, right?
Yeah, we have too many pictures, so we probably won't get to you anyway.
Sarah
really,
Bowman asks,
They don't. Oh, you got good questions.
any thoughts on trying to have an organized Instagram feed? For example, having the 3 photos in each row? What do you think of that?
What? Like when you use the 3 photos to make a whole photo?
Yeah.
Like a triptych?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Are you going to do that?
I don't know. It's a good question. Only Instagram users will understand this, but sometimes people take a single picture and spread it out across multiple things so their thumbnails make sense.
Yeah.
The downsides to that are when it actually pops up in your feed, people see a series of 3 photos that are weird crops. Also, if in the future you decide to remove one of your earlier pictures, then it throws off the whole layout.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's your later pictures. I forget which way. Anyway, you can easily throw off that layout. And I see some people's feeds are all skewed, and that's really confusing. Anyway, I don't personally do it, but
You know a lot about it.
because I put some thought into it. Raphael
People said we should go faster.
Manjarez asks if we're self-taught and what books do you value best to learn photography? I took
Stunning
a bunch
digital
of classes And but otherwise I'm mostly self-taught because I'm mostly self-taught in everything because that's just the way I learn best. I'm not
You're
a
an
good
autodidact.
classroom learner.
Yeah.
I learn best from books and from practice.
I learn best from touching things. I've taken classes, and I think some classes that weren't specifically photography were helpful, like art history. Took a lot of art history classes, took photography classes, film photography classes. Actually, I guess all of my photography classes were in film. And, oh, no, not true. Took Photoshop classes and things like that. So I've taken classes, and I also do a lot of self-taught things or just learn from other people. So if someone else knows something I'd like to know, just go out shooting with them and pick it up from them. And that's a good way to learn.
I will say that the reason we ended up writing a book is I read every photography book, and I between reading the books and then actually working as a professional photographer, I found that a lot of the information in them either wasn't that helpful or some often was completely misleading. But then there'd be a few good nuggets in different books. So I don't necessarily have one book I would recommend. There were lots of books that were inspirational to me.
Yeah.
It's a more modern book, but Humans in New York is just an inspirational thing. And they're not educational. They don't teach you how to do things, but if you like learning by example, like looking at other people's works.
Yeah.
Chelsea, we're at half past already. But we have so many more pictures. Why don't we look at the thumbnails and see what pictures really catch your eye?
You pick some. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to give that 5 stars.
I feel like it held up better as a thumbnail, though.
Yeah.
I think it's a really nice portrait. It feels very fashiony, like her pose, the way her shoulders are forward. Give me that one to pick, too. This is a new science, the whole making thumbnails interesting, and it is really important. I think this is just a beautiful shot.
Is that a long exposure, or is that
I think it's just
shot?
a long exposure, because I do see some detail in there, but because it's almost misty, it becomes almost abstract. This picture looked good as a thumbnail because it was high contrast and her face was prominent in the frame. And the hair is really interesting. I think it's a great moment. I had to have some similar pictures of Madeline that way just because I liked the wind and the lighting and everything.
Look at this one. I like the mood.
What a great element of storytelling.
Christmassy.
You know it's Christmassy because they put some Christmas elements in there, like the candles and the hat.
This is Samantha Shannon's picture. I recognize it from our group.
Yeah, fantastic. Because she is such a great photographer.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Yeah,
a really striking thumbnail, too. Oh, we have to give that 5 stars in a pick.
Yeah, and man, I want to know more about how she actually did that shoot. We should have just followed her.
Well, you can just look her up online, guys, and see. Samantha Annette Photography.
Okay. Any other thumbnails catching our? Look at this one.
That's so beautiful. Give that a pick.
That definitely deserves a pick. And that doesn't have white and black points, but it was foggy, and that's an important part of the mood. So I think it works really well.
Pick.
Yeah, great shot. I wonder how you caught that.
Oh, this is Andy Shields, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Pick.
Fantastic. Yeah, and that could definitely be his best shot of the year. That's a great shot.
I like these when people do these
the gels? Yeah.
Very in right now. This is so cool.
Yeah, what a nice little still life. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta switch over to the screen here. Got no Justin today, so I'm doing everything myself.
Life without Justin. We did it. We can finally fire Jason.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah. So many New York City skylines, but that one turned out really nice. Wow, that's not even photoshopped. I think she just really had a long silk.
But I want to see. Wait, where's my? What's going on?
It's on the right here. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. We're fighting over it again. The background, I think, is not exposed properly.
I want to get rid of that sign along the left too.
Okay.
But fantastic use of the road as the line.
Let's see what else.
Okay.
No, really. Oh, Cologne.
Cologne.
Oh, maybe we met them there.
Pick.
Not a lot of pictures. I mean, not a lot of questions.
Yeah, now I see why Siobhan always struggles to come up with a good question.
Well, thanks for bringing my picture up and saying nothing about it and changing the subject. You're welcome, Charles.
It can be tough. I mean, you see how many pictures we have here. How many pictures do we have now? 348 pictures that we're trying to get through. And this is our second import. We're doing our best. This is a good one to end on. I think I love the shot. It's such another common place to take pictures. But
Yeah, that's beautiful.
The one person in there is what makes it. We see so many pictures where it would just be this without that person. But you need that focal point. Pick. Do you have any final questions before we peace out for the whole year?
Can you make videos about real estate photography and product photography?
Yeah, one of my goals for 2017 is to just follow different professions. So I'll find myself a product photographer, even if I have to travel for that, and watch how they work, because we can't
do everything. Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely would like to do that.
Here's a good one. When is the best time to use aperture priority, shutter priority, and manual mode?
Well, we talk a lot about this in chapter 4 of Stunning Digital Photography. But
it is in our book, but I like shutter priority for when I'm doing wildlife, because I know if a bird is going to be flying very quickly, like if I'm trying to shoot a kingfisher or a diving osprey, I'll know that I want the shutter speed to be high, even if that means that the ISO has to go a bit higher. And the aperture isn't really especially important at that focal length if I'm shooting at like 500 or something. Aperture priority I like to use during portraits sometimes.
Yeah, shutter anytime I need to control the amount of motion in the frame, when that's the most important thing, like action, and aperture priority anytime I need to control the depth of field, like portraiture.
Manual
and then manual really just in the studio.
I also use manual when I have time to sit and take a picture of one thing and I really know exactly how I want it to look in camera. And I know I can control all of those things.
Though I will say I often use manual mode when I'm shooting manual mode with auto ISO. So I still use auto exposure even in manual mode, but it lets me specify the shutter speed and the aperture.
Andy Breyer had a picture of his dog and we didn't review it, and the dog is going to be very disappointed, he said.
Sorry, Andy.
I'm I feel so sorry for his dog. Give him a treat for me. Say it's from me. It'll be fine. The owl picture was at like a rehabilitation place. So he wasn't just
well, I hope he's feeling better.
A prisoner. Let's see if there's anything else before we go. Not too much. Sorry, we skipped over some people's submissions.
A lot of people.
There were a lot,
but we got to as many pictures as we could.
Yeah.
Thank you, Siobhan. Sorry we didn't get to keep you on Skype. Everything was fixed once I stopped Skyping you, so maybe Skype was related to the problem. Thank you to our sponsor, Squarespace. If you want your own awesome portfolio, go to squarespace.com/Tony. Get a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. Make your pictures look awesome. That is how you find the best picture of the year, is you maintain this portfolio of 10 to 15 pictures. Your best work is always there. You're ready to show it off at any time, and then you get the opportunity to compete against yourself. If you decide to sign up, you can get 10% off with the coupon code portfolio. That's it. Happy 2016.
Thank you to those of you that stuck with us, even though our stream went down. That was hard.
Yeah, that was hard. I miss Justin.
That was a tough way. Justin,
he'll be back next week.
He couldn't have stopped the computer from crashing.
No, that's true.
But he could have pressed those buttons for you.
Yeah, he definitely is better at pushing buttons. All right, we miss you, Justin. See you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Now you have to end it.
Yeah.
We're like, Justin? Justin!
Wait, can you make T-Gar go? Wait, T-Gar.
That is all.